Hey friends, welcome to this week's Contemplative Practice Session. So good to be with you. Tonight we're going to focus a bit on identity and ask the question, who am I? Or who are you? My family recently had a chance to get away a little bit, took a camping trip to upstate New York. And when you're away on vacation, it gives you a chance to get away from job, work. And so often in our society, we conflate identity with our job, with what we do for money, that kind of thing. And yet, of course, the question of identity goes much deeper. So tonight we'll reflect together on the question, who are you? As you're settling into our session, I invite you to get comfortable in your seat. Take a deep breath in, breathing in the peace of this present moment, and exhale. Breathing in expansiveness, and breathing out weight and anxiety. Breathing in and breathing out. Houston Smith, the historian and religious scholar, tells the story of a Native American, Onondagan, apologies for mispronunciation, a Native American named Oren Lyons. And he says, Oren Lyons was the first Onondagan to enter college. When he returned to his reservation for his first vacation, his uncle proposed a fishing trip on the lake. Once he had his nephew in the middle of the lake where he wanted him, he began to interrogate him. Well, Oren, he said, you've been to college. You must be pretty smart now with all they've been teaching you. Let me ask you a question. Who are you? Taken aback by the question, Oren fumbled for an answer. What do you mean, who am I? Why, I'm your nephew, of course. His uncle rejected his answer and repeated his question. Successively, the nephew ventured that he was Oren Lyons, an Onondagan, a human being, a man, a young man, all to no avail. When his uncle had reduced him to silence, and he asked to be informed as to who he was, his uncle said, do you see that bluff over there? Oren, you are that bluff. And that giant pine on the other shore? Oren, you are that pine. And this water that supports our boat, you are this water. A mystical understanding of identity and community is at its best rooted in the notion of oneness. The understanding that nothing is ever truly, quote, out there. Everything around us is an essential part of our being. So friends, I invite you to take in this view Notice the blue sky, wisps of clouds, green leaves. And if you're tuning in on the podcast, you can bring these visualizations to mind, or step outside, or look out the window and reflect on that question. Who are you? Who are you? And as answers to that question pop into your mind, thinking about where you went to school, or where you go to work, or what your title or titles are, or your family role, just close all of those like you're closing a tab on your browser or swiping close an app on your phone. Shut all those down and go deeper. Who are you? Who are you? And there's no rush to answer this question, friends. Simply breathe deeply and open your heart to the expansiveness of all that is around you. Breathing in and breathing out. Do you see that blue sky over there? You are that sky. Do you see those green trees in the horizon over the closer bushes? You are those trees. Do you see the wisps of white in the sky, of passing clouds? You are those clouds. Who are you? Who am I? I invite you to take some time to reflect on that in the coming days and weeks, friends. And the next time somebody asks who you are, or what it is you do, I invite you to, maybe if the setting feels right, take it a level deeper and don't give the conventional response, oh, I teach at such and such school, or I work at such and such company, or I own this business, or I'm a full-time mom or dad, or whatever it might be. See if there's an opportunity to expand that notion of identity to something deeper, something more spiritually grounded, something rooted in the universality of connection that you have with all living beings, with all of creation, with the divine connection God has put in you. And the next time the conventional source of identity has you stressed out because there's a big job ahead, a big project due, you're behind on this, that, or the other thing, and you are stressed out, you're losing sleep, you're anxious. Think of Oren sitting in the boat on the lake, looking off with his uncle to the distant bluff, to the great pine tree, to the water that supports the boat, and breathe deep and know that you are so much more. Well, friends, it's been good to be with you. Until next time, go in peace.